G'day viewers, my name is Michael and welcome back to Single Racer, and welcome to what will be currently the final update to the Silverstone DLC. Now, I have heard rumours that there will be tracks added later on, and I must admit I was slightly disappointed, not from myself, because my favourite version of the track has been added, which is this one here, the 1975 No Chicane version. But in the comments that I read of other people hoping for a different year, that didn't quite happen. So let's just have a look at what we have. So we have the modern version of Silverstone, and then we have the historic 2001, but then we have variations of that one. So apparently no extra years, but just the different layouts of the 2001, and we have three, if you count the full one, and two smaller ones as we go. And then we have the original, what was added to the first Silverstone update, which is the 1991, and then of course the track I drove previously, which was the 1975, but with this chicane here, which to me just took away slightly from the complete flow of the track. And now we have its no chicane version. So if you look at the map here, every corner except maybe this slightly tighter one is free and flowing and full pace. Change down the gears and then rev up, and it's a great track. But for those that were hoping for maybe a slightly different year, I've got a feeling that if you read between the lines at Reza, that is still going to be included. But, as always, this COVID thing has slowed their progress down. So I'm sure that in time there will be more added, as they've already hinted in their, in their updates, if you want to check out the website. So let's check this track out, but instead of driving my usual Lotus 49C, I'll drive this new added edition, the Brabham BT44 from the Retro series. An absolutely fantastic car in its own right. So this is Michael signing out for Single Racer. I'll catch you next time. See you later, and let's go retro racing. Okay folks, so just before we go racing, let's have a proper look at this Brabham BT44, because in the notes of the update it's had a few extra settings or details added to the car. And as we take a look, it's a beautiful looking car, but one thing I noticed when you check out the external camera replay is in VR you can clearly see that the motor's missing. So I don't know if that's a bug, or they, why in VR it would be missing when you can see it in 2D, but they're all the things that they've got to work on. And to me, what Reza are doing are focusing on the DLC and making sure everyone's as happy to get new content as possible. And then I think there'll be the second phase as we watch all the other cars go past and have a look at that conga line of cars. That's another thing, what I mean by they want to get the DLC and make the game full, and then I think they'll work on things like making the cars fight better amongst themselves and amongst you. So hopefully that'll get all worked out. So as we sit ourselves back into the car, it's time to go proper racing. As I remove the cord from underneath my seat there, the VR cord. So now let's go racing. Let's give her a little rev first, warm her up. Okay, so let's head over to the race now. Okay folks, so as we get ready in 20th spot, let's see how we do, and we're off. And I'm just trying to get the power down. Whoa, power down in this incredibly powerful F1 car here. And as usual, I want to make up as many spots as I can while the AI is notably slow on the first lap. And there's post flying again. Whoa, and almost hits me in the head. in the VR head that should be. So as we again try and make up as many spots. And the very first thing I notice, of course, jumping into this from the Lotus 49C is just how much more planted it is. It might be squirmy, but I can feel the grounded nature of this car with the bigger tyres and the much bigger wing. So as we settle down a bit now and try and catch these leading cars here. And now I know the track very well, but I don't know how to, as you could clearly see there, is I don't quite know where to brake in this car just yet, so I need a lap or two just to figure out the exact braking points here as we get settled. And we've got a reasonably nice rhythm going, but I'll take that back. Immediately as I thought I was getting comfortable, I'm not. So this is the corner I'm not quite sure how to take. So I just want to be a little cautious and not go flying into the fence here. As we have a look, I'm in 12th spot now. So I'm happy with that for sure. And it's always good, you know, each lap as the fuel goes down, is you want to try and be quicker each lap, you know, just a natural progression of you if you feel comfortable with the track, as I try not to understeer through there. And there I go, I'm picking up speed again, as you can see by the green meter floating between red and green compared to my last lap. And look how much the cars in front have pulled away already. This is the tightest corner on the track here, but I just love the flow of this particular no chicane version of the Silverstone 1975 Silverstone. I love just flowing through the corners. That's my favourite type of track, you know, open and flowing, really build up the speed. I love changing down a gear or two through each corner and then just powering out of the corner. It's just so much fun here, like flying through here, changing down, trying to hang on to it, and then power out of the corner like that. It's just magnificent. As we got a clear gap to the cars in front, as I just try and hang on a bit. Now, this is still probably my one gripe of AMS2, and you know, I don't like to put it down because of the weird situation we're in. And just a reminder, in Victoria, Australia, our situation is getting worse. So we're still in complete lockdown in stage 4 COVID restrictions, where we're not allowed to go out at all at night between 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So how the guys are pulling off all these updates and everything, I think is a major testament to, you know, the struggles that they're facing. And I think what's clear is a plan. Just while I'm in open air in this 5-lap races, I think it's very clear what their plan is. Their plan is to keep us interested in the sim and give us DLCs and interesting new cars and tracks to keep our interest in the sim. And I think once that cycle of all the licensed content, licensed and unlicensed content, as far as you know, being able to call a particular F1 car a certain type of model, but once all that DLC is out of the way, then they can really fine-tune the AI strength and the AI behaviour and all that. And I see this going on for the next 2 years or so, at least. And for those of you that are doubtful about that, just a reminder that Assetto Corsa came out in 2013. I'm 99% sure of that, but it's either 2013 or 2014. And it's only now that Soul and the Shaders patch is turning it into such a brilliant game, even above what it was before. So I can see this happening with Automobilista 2 for the next few years at least. So please keep that in mind when being a little bit critical like I am of the AI, where it's only just a suggestion. So what I feel is happening is you can probably see the cars in the mirror behind me, and given that I'm in 12th, I get the feeling like there was one actually lost it. Well, that's good. I like to see that because I felt the cars was still too planted as well. That's my other just slight gripe, is they don't seem to lose it. So to see that car just lose it then, that's a great thing. And that's what I mean. They'll develop this in time, but give them a chance. So my only other slight gripe is that I feel like there's a big distance still between the lead cars and the back of the cars. And what I'll do is I'll show you the external camera replay next, and you can see for yourself that there's probably me and most likely a car or two behind me that are trying to pass me, stuck in no man's land, and then there's a group of cars in front and a group of cars in behind. But it just dawned on me as I say this, I've got it's like a thing to let other people who are maybe not as fast have a go. So I always drive, any car I drive, usually as default. I don't change fuel, I don't change anything unless I'm doing a channel challenge. And so it just dawned on me that I'm not qualifying and I'm not setting up the car. So maybe if I did that, it would be much more enjoyable as we go across the line here. So let's see where I finished. Yep, 11th spot. Now, given that the AI is set to 90, I'm happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll go to the external camera replay now. So this is Michael signing out for Single Racer. I'll catch you next time. See you later.